Hi there, Laura Warren, psychic medium. I wanted to talk to you today about energy vampires, or psychic vampires, as they're often called. It seems to be coming up a lot in my readings lately, a lot in the world, social media, and I figured it was time to share with you some tips and some things that I've learned about energy vampires. What a term that is, psychic energy vampire. It's scary. Eeh. And I don't really like the term actually myself, because I feel like we all have been there. Even if you don't want to admit it, even if it's not very nice to think of yourself in this light, we have all taken energy from somebody else, whether it was intentionally or unintentional. We absolutely have been in these energy battles with people. Just think about the last time you had an argument with somebody, and if it was an argument you really wanted them to see your side, or you really wanted to win that argument, that is kind of a form of control and taking energy from another person. So what I really want to talk to you about today is the problem when it persists and it becomes chronic. So when you have a relationship with somebody that they're taking your energy, and mind you, they don't always know they're doing it, but they're taking your energy for their benefit. And it leaves you feeling often fatigued or confused sometimes. Sometimes it can leave you feeling like a little bit less confident about yourself, or less confident in how you handle yourself in situations, or maybe you second guess yourself a lot after you're with this person. So these are all things to pay attention to. When people are taking your sacred life force, your energy force that is yours, it can have some very severe effects. And also, if we're not aware it's happening. And this can happen when people love you. You know, somebody might love you so much, but they don't understand what they're doing. And so oftentimes they're misguided and they think they're helping you in some way. So when you start to feel like maybe anxious around this person, maybe uncomfortable, maybe not secure, starting to question yourself around this person and question who you are and how you feel about things, and is this okay, and did I say this right? If you're starting to do those things, or if you're starting to feel physically tired or dizzy or nauseous around this person and you don't quite understand why, maybe you were having a great day before you interacted with them, and then an interaction with them can kind of just flatten you right out. That's how you know you're dealing with a chronic issue, a chronic problem. And these are a lot of times people that we love. And I believe very strongly that we need to set good boundaries with people, and we need to communicate to them what we need from them. We need to communicate to them what we're asking of them so that they can reach our expectation, or they can at least try. You have to communicate so they know where you stand. If they don't know where you stand, you're never giving them the chance to live up to be the person that you may need them to be, or maybe asking them to be. So I think a good thing to remember is that when somebody loves you, they want the best for you. And if somebody truly loves you and they know you're unhappy, and maybe there's some little tweaks or changes that can be made in your relationship to make things better, then it's important to communicate to your loved one, or your partner, your friend, or family, whoever it may be, that these are my boundaries. These are things that I need to feel safe in this relationship, to feel loved and supported. And people that love you will do what they need to do if they feel like you're not happy, if you're not happy in that relationship. Now, we're not talking about asking for unrealistic things. We're not talking about pushing somebody too far. We're not talking about taking too much, because then you become the energy vampire. We're just talking about simple things: respect, support, care, listening, and an acceptance of who you are as a person, and the fact that you don't need to be changed. So these are some very simple things that you can do to help you with your energy or psychic vampire. And I want you to remember, very, very much remember, that this is not your fault. And it is not your responsibility either to make somebody feel a certain way. But it is your responsibility to set the boundaries. And if you have a healthy boundary and they respond badly to it, their response is not your responsibility. It's theirs. It's in the word responsibility. It belongs to them. So this is really hard for empaths. There's a lot of empaths that get stuck in these situations, and they get there and they go, why? Like, why does this keep happening to me? Why is this pattern happening? And it keeps happening over and over and over again. Empaths love to see the good in people. In fact, they thrive on it. They also love to be caregivers, and they love to see that their love, affection, care, support helps another person. So when somebody comes into your life and they seem like that underdog or that diamond in the rough, and they just need a little bit of boost, a little bit of help to get to their best self, empaths see that. They're like radar for that. They have radar for it. They're magnetized to people that may benefit from what they have to offer. And so empaths will give their energy away. And this is very important to understand, that we have a sacred life force energy, that we should not be giving our sacred life force energy to other people who do not reciprocate, who do not share, who do not take your energy and amplify it and send it back to you. We shouldn't be doing this, because we're in a place now in this world where all of us have been forced to pay attention to our own individual sacred life force energy. We've been given the perfect opportunity to heal away from, we'll say, the masses, away from workplaces, schools, busy areas, events. We have been given the opportunity to heal our own energy. And so when you are in contact now with an energy vampire, at this time, it's very important to realize that these tendencies in people are being highlighted right now, and often are sort of screaming at you because you have been in a place of healing. This is the whole world. We're all in a place of healing right now, and healing our energy fields and getting ready for a new world, a new way of thinking, a new way of being. And the shift into that has highlighted energy vampires to show that they're insecure about drawing on their own sacred energy, or the sacred energy of the universe, or even believing that they're sacred. That's a big one. So there are people out there that they've always drawn their energy from others to be well, to feel better about themselves, to feel more successful. And these are the people that often will make you feel less about yourself so they can feel better about themselves. So stay on high alert, but also know these are people. And I do believe that if we don't process what's happening, if we don't take the time to go through the process with people in our life like this, these patterns will continually show up until we decide that we are going to deal with this. So it's important. It's important to deal with it. Now, you'll read advice about psychic vampires or energy vampires, and a lot of the advice leads you to believe that you should just cut them out of your life. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen. What I'm saying is, have the conversations, deal with the problem up front, communicate to the person that is your vampire, communicate to them the behavior that you do not like, and give them the chance to rise up. Give them the chance to be a better version of themselves. If it doesn't work, I'm not saying you should stick around. And that's why I believe a lot of the advice out there around psychic vampires is to just cut them out of your life, or just leave and, be done with that energy. And I understand the advice. But what I'm saying to you is, this pattern isn't going away. If it's shown up in your life, it's important that you deal with these problems as they come, and make sure that on your part, on your side, you have the intention to stay safe, protect yourself, stay respected and appreciated, but also to deal with your psychic vampire as they come along, and make sure you've communicated your boundaries to them. Intention's always important too. Intention to be well, intention to have self-care and look after yourself, and intention to have those boundaries respected. So I wanted to give you kind of an overview of what energy or psychic vampires are. It's a big topic. I would like to offer a few videos over the coming weeks, a little bit more detailed advice and information about what you can do about your vampire. So we're going to talk a little bit about boundaries and your intention and how to do the self-care, how do you recharge after your energy's been kind of depleted. It's a lot for one video. So I'll leave you with this for now and stay tuned for following videos to help you with your psychic vampire.